Okay, good afternoon, dear parents and our lovely prospect students. Okay, very happy to meet you all here. Actually, now it's 2 p.m. Usually it's the sleeping time of the day. I hope you managed to have some coffee and still stay refreshed. Okay, so today I'm going to introduce to you the two programs offered in our department. But before that, let me have a brief introduction about myself. I'm Yang Lu, and currently I'm a senior lecturer from Department of Information Systems and Analytics. For today's presentation, I'm going to introduce to you the two specific degree programs offered in our department, which is Business Artificial Intelligence System, which I will address as a BAIS, easier. And the second one is Business Analytics, BZA. Okay, so for each of the program, what I'm going to introduce here, firstly, I'm going to share with you what are they about, what are their different focus, what are the corresponding curriculum design in each degree, and what are the common questions we receive for each degree when it happens, right? During open day with the questions usually we receive from the parents. And lastly, I will also introduce to you about the job prospects for our graduates from each degree. After that, I'm going to pass my time to our guest speaker, Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda is also an alumni, and currently she is working at Apple. She will share with you about her experiences in studying in our program and her working experiences in the industry. After Brenda's sharing, we are going to talk about some numbers. I'm going to share with you the recently published salary data for our graduates and the employment rate for our respective degrees. Okay, so this will be the agenda of today's talk. Okay, so firstly, I think no one will have any doubt that AI is the engine for the future global economy. I think locally speaking, globally speaking, right, this will be the future, and it's already happening now. If you're closing for the local news here, you will realize that for the Singapore 2026 budget, actually our Prime Minister already declared that there will be a huge amount of money invested in AI. And this is a strong signal that there will be a huge demand for the AI-related jobs and roles in the market. So in School of Computing, we offer 6 computing-related degrees. For today's talk, I'm going to focus on the 2 degrees offered in our department, which is Business AI Systems and Business Analytics. But before I zoom into discuss the details of these 2 degrees, I'd like to do a brief comparison across the traditional CS AI degrees versus the 2 degrees we offered in our department. So actually you can notice that, you can notice that for all these 3 programs, they all have a strong requirement and emphasis on the essential computing and AI machine learning technical foundation. This is a shared foundation here. But beyond the foundation, each degree, they have a different focus. For instance, for the CS and AI degrees, with this foundation, their focus is more technical driven. They try to advance their knowledge and skills in in-depth computer science topics, such as large language model, such as natural language processing, or the image recognition, very specific, very tech-driven. And while for BZA, Business Analytics degree, our focus is based on the strong technical foundation. We'd like to apply rigorous and solid data analytic skills to identify insights from the data and use the insights inform decisions. So in this way, create real business impact for the real world. While for Business AI Systems, their focus is more about the solutioning part. With the essential technical foundation already there, their focus is that how do we provide a full stack intelligence system or AI embedded solutioning for a specific business domain or for a specific business context, starting from data level, from model level, from infrastructure level, from integration level, from governance level. How do we provide an end-to-end full life cycle solutioning for the relevant business users? But probably for this kind of explanations, right, it may feel a little bit alien to you. I'm going to use a very simple analogy to indicate the differences. For instance, let's think about in the electrical vehicle domain, right? If you are a typical CS professional, your focus will be about developing your own EV motor or engine, such as creating your own large language model. Okay? So this will be your focus. But if you are a BZA or business analytics professional, your focus is how to optimize the performances of the car, right? Not only focusing on the engine or the motor side, probably you need to analyze more data to optimize the process. For instance, probably weather is also some data you will be care about, such as traffic jams, congestions, right? So all of these surrounding factors you may take into consideration to optimize the performance of your car. Well, for the BAIS systems, their focus is about, with all the existing parts available in the market, such as the models, right, such as the applications, then how do we choose the right one and package them together, provide a full solution for this EV context, based on this EV context, and provide value for our business owners. So roughly, you can sense that for different degrees, right, their emphasis is different. Now, I'm going to narrow down my focus to the 2 degrees offered in our department and have more comparison and explanation. For BAIS, we can consider them as serving the role of architect in the digital economy. Well, for the business analytics, we can consider them serving the role as a detective in the digital economy. So for the BAIS people, right, since they are serving the role as the architect, so basically they are trying to provide, as I commented before, a full stack AI solutioning in a business context, right? Solution provider for the business need. While for the detective business analytics, their main focus is about the detective part, so which is by exploring the available data, trying to generate meaningful insight for decision makers so as to improve the business process. So one emphasis on the solutioning part, one emphasis on the data part, data analytics and insight part. Okay. So probably after I introduce these 2 degrees in more detail, you will be more clear about what are the different focus. So firstly, I'm going to introduce to you about this BAIS degree. So basically for this BAIS degree, we have 3 core domains reflected in the curriculum. The first one is full stack AI solutioning. Second one is digital innovation transformation emphasis. And third one is business domain and strategies. So the first question is, what is a business AI systems? So I think we can study from a solutioning cycle perspective. So basically for the BAIS people, their focus is by understanding specific business process, and they're trying to build relevant tools and solutions to transform the traditional business process. So in this way, we can embed AI or intelligent systems in the workflows and improve the performances and effectiveness. Okay. Then I think I can give one specific example to illustrate the contribution of our BAIS professionals. For instance, I think most of you guys, right, most of us have been to Changi Airport. When it comes to immigration clearance, previously the business process is that we rely on the human officers to collect data from the travelers, and we use human officers, right, to verify the data. And this process is very tedious and slow. So for our BAIS people, here is a place we can contribute. Looking at this very tedious, very slow, very traditional business process, then they will be able to scan all the possible solutions in the market, and they will build the most appropriate solutions for this context, right? By integrating AI insight. And continuously, they will monitor, improve, and govern these automated passport-less systems in the operation. So this reflects a full life cycle approach. Starting from the business need, then we identify the right solutions. We build the solutions and we deploy it. And we do not only deploy it, right? We will continuously monitor and govern it. This reflects a very full life cycle perspective. Because you can sense that actually when it comes to implement passport-less systems at immigration point, it is a very complicated project. Even with all kinds of AI models already available in the market, such as the different image recognition models, right? But as professionals, you have to choose which one is the best. Or probably how should we combine some of the models? And how do we collect relevant data to test the model performances? And how do we deploy the relevant models, right, in the existing infrastructure available at the Changi airport? And how do we integrate these passport-less systems with other existing systems already available in Changi airport? So this is a very full-stack solutioning perspective. Okay? And this is what we provide for the BAIS graduates with a full skill set. Okay? And something I want to highlight that actually when it comes to the AI systems these days, right, looking at the passportless system as an example, in addition to build a system, deploy a system, probably another important aspect is that we need to well govern the system to make sure that the system performs well with precision and reliability. Because passport system is a very high critical systems and they are dealing with very sensitive data. So as professionals, we need to have strong knowledge and mindset and skill set to well govern this AI systems used in our environment to make sure that they are producing us good rather than creating us harm. Okay? And this is also something we emphasize in this BAI system degree. Okay? So now I'm going to introduce to you what does the curriculum look like in BAIS program. So basically, for our BAIS program, we emphasize 4 key components. The first component is the core modules, right, which provide student technical foundation. And the second component is the elective modules, which provide a broad and very diverse topics for students to choose. And all of them are very relevant and very trendy. And the third component is the specializations. So in addition to the core modules, elective modules, we also offer 3 specializations to suit the students with a different need. Later, I will introduce the specializations one by one. So in addition to specialization, then the last component we emphasize in curriculum is industry internship. We make sure that for the students in BAIS, all of them will have direct experiences working with the real industry problems in the internship to make sure that they can really generate real business impact in the world. Okay. So here I list down sample courses for you to have a look, right? Then roughly you have an impression. So what are the courses we offer from BAIS? So you can sense that we have a strong emphasis on the AI part, machine learning part, and the infrastructure part, right? Digital platform part, very diverse and comprehensive. So what are the 3 specializations offered in this degree? Firstly, we offer artificial intelligence, governance, and management. This is the first specialization. Because as I mentioned before, right, AI systems are used everywhere and they have become more and more prevalent. And it makes it more and more important, urgent for us to well manage and govern it. And this requires specific knowledge and skill set. So this specialization is aimed to equip our students with this skill set, the first one. And for the second specialization, is about digital product and platform management, right? Because for instance, many service providers today, right, they are delivering their products via platform such as Grab. Like everybody use Grab. Actually, Grab app, it is a super app, and we can consider them as a platform. So daily, Grab has to well manage all the services it provided on this giant and super platform. It is not very easy, which requires another set of extra skills and extra knowledge part. So under these specializations, right, we will have additional courses offered for you to equip you with the relevant skill set. And for the third specialization, which is fintech. So these days, fintech is a very hot and a sexy topic. So if you're interested about such as cryptocurrency, such as blockchain, then probably this is the right specialization you should choose. There will be more advanced topics and courses provided for you to equip you with more deep understanding and knowledge about the fintech knowledges. Okay. Then I'm going to address some common questions we receive from the parents and students when it comes to BAIS program. The first common question we receive is that how is BAIS different from CS AI degree offered in SOC? Okay. So probably I think the key message we want to send out is that for our BAIS programs, our focus is more business driven and is more business problem motivated. Well, for CS and AI degrees, their focus is more technical driven and they are more technical problem motivated. Right. So in addition to these differences, for our degree, we emphasize on applying the specific solutions into a business context and make sure that it generates a real business impact for the organizations. And we emphasize on full stack AI solutioning. Well, for the CS and AI people, depends on their interest. They might be focused on dive deeper into a specific topic, such as large language model, natural language processing, image detection, robotics motion, or probably graph theories. Right? So these are some key differences we'd like to highlight here. And the second common question we received is, what are the job roles for BAIS graduates, or whether BAIS graduates are still relevant in the age of AI? So I think the answer is definitely very straightforward, with no doubt, right? Because as AI becomes more and more important, definitely the AI-related roles and jobs are definitely in strong demand. Okay, so here I want to share with you one recent report from World Economics Forum, the most recent report. So based on their study, for the fastest growing jobs by 2030, among the top 11 fast-growing jobs, actually, our BAIS graduate were relevant in at least 4 of the specific jobs here, such as fintech engineer, we have a specialization, such as AI and machine learning specialist, we have substantial courses which are AI related. And software and application developers, right? If you want to go with a traditional role, develop yourself as software engineers, actually our programs will also be able to equip with you such skill set. And UI and UX designers, if you are more interested in the front end, right, dealing with the interface, interacting with users, then probably you can consider UI UX too. And for our degree, we also offer corresponding courses, right, to equip our students with these skills. And the third common question we receive is that what is the key difference between BAIS and similar programs at other universities? We summarize 3 points. The first differentiator is that if you scan and study the courses provided in our degree and the courses provided in other programs, you will notice that for our curriculum, we emphasize on a stronger technical foundation with all the relevant technical courses listed there. And the second differentiator is that for our degree, we emphasize a strong integration of business and AI. For instance, when it comes to industry internship, we make sure that for every internship, they are very industry ready and they are dealing with real business world problems. And the third differentiator is that comparing with other similar programs at other universities, our degree program is the only one which provides 3 different specializations, which provide a lot of choices and flexibilities for the students to customize your own study journey at our degree, at our school. Okay, so now I'm going to move to introduce the second degree we offer here, which is business analytics. So for the business analytics, what are their main focus? Their main focus are computing, business, data plus statistics. So the main idea of business analytics, it is about identifying, analyzing the right business process, generate relevant data, and try to explore the data and generate meaningful insight for decisions so as to improve the process. So these are the main life cycle reflected in business analytics job. Here, I can also give you another example. For instance, previously UPS, which is a parcel delivery company, they would like to study their business performances and find out ways, try to find the ways, right, to improve the performance and decrease the cost. So their business analytics team, they decided that they will plug in IoT devices on the trucks and use these IoT devices to collect the telematics data from all the trucks used for delivery and try to generate meaningful insight from data exploration. So with that, the business analytics team at UPS, they identified a very interesting finding. They found that through data analysis, if the drivers keep turning left without turning right, actually annually this will save UPS $6 million because it is more fuel utilization friendly. Right? So I think for these kind of questions, right, AI cannot detect by themselves, right? We need to rely on some human intelligence involved to detect the problems and try to find the answers. And this is exactly the place where our business analytics professionals, they can contribute. So for the BZA programs here, the curriculum structure roughly is the same, right? The 4 components: core modules, core courses, elective courses, specializations, and the industry internship. Okay, so here I also list some sample courses for you to have a consideration, to have a look, right, for the core courses and for elective ones. So you can also sense that for our BZA modules, right, we also emphasize a strong technical foundation. And for the elective ones, right, we have diverse courses covering computing, covering business, and covering data and analytics, as well as statistics. Okay. So in BZA program, we also offer 3 different specializations. The first one is machine learning-based analytics. So basically, if you want to dive deeper into machine learning, into AI, this is the right specialization for you, right? There will be more challenging, more advanced machine learning AI courses waiting for you. The second specialization is the financial analytics. Right? If your research interest is more about the finance data, dealing with the capital market, dealing with the investment market, trading market, then probably you can consider to take these specializations with all the advanced courses are provided, such as fraud analytics and risk analytics for financial services. Let's say if your interest is not about finance, right? Your interest is about understanding people, understanding consumers, then this third specialization is the right one for you. Okay. So for this marketing analytics, we try to equip our students with strong skill set to analyze, to study consumers' pattern and learn how to well engage consumers in the business operation. For instance, we have 1 sample courses such as geospatial analytics. Right? In addition to personalize our services through the very basic demographic data, we can also use this geolocation data try to provide better personalization services for our consumers. Okay, then I'm going to discuss what are the common questions we receive for BZA. The first question is, what is the difference between BZA and other analytics programs at NUS? I think some of you, right, you already noticed that for other places, for other departments, right, they also offer some analytics programs. So here, I'd like to compare a little bit. So firstly, we have a bachelor degree in data science and analytics, DSA, offered in College of Humanity and Science. Okay, and we also have our business school offer a major in applied business analytics. So what are the difference? So for the DSA degree here, if you scan the curriculum, right, if you look through all the courses they provide, you can sense that their curriculum has a stronger emphasis on the mathematics and the statistics part, and has a very limited emphasis on the computing part. which is about coding, programming, and AI. And there's barely any emphasis on the business part. Well, for the business school ones, right? The one thing I want to highlight is that for the applied business analytics there, it is a major offered, but not a full degree, which means for this major, the offered courses are much less, right? It's not a full degree. You only need to complete 60 MC out of 160 MC. So which means actually the training at our department and the training at the major side, right, is totally different. And when you, if you scan the courses, right, offered at the business school, you can also sense that for their curriculum, for their courses, they have a stronger emphasis on the general business discussion with less emphasis on the data and statistics, and with very minimal emphasis on the computing part. So to some extent, we can safely summarize that for our BZA programs, we have a more balanced structure and we emphasize 3 dimensions together. Okay? So in addition to this unique differentiation, another differentiator I want to highlight is that actually only our degree, BZA, offer you the specializations from these 3 aspects. Right, machine learning, financial analytics, and marketing analytics, right, provide you a very flexible way to customize your own study here. Okay. The second common question is BZA relevant in the age of AI? Because some students, right, some parents, you may have a concern because we don't have an AI word, right, embedded in this degree title. So whether BZA is still relevant in the age of AI? I think definitely. Right? If you briefly scan through the course I provided before, you can sense that we have a strong education and training and the AI part. In addition to that, I want to show you more facts. For instance, here I list the sample capstone project conducted by our students in this year. So from the capstone project title, you can sense that they are very AI related. Our students will be well trained and well educated about relevant AI skills in this project work, and they are very industry ready, highly connected with the industry real need and real problems. And another thing I want to highlight is that actually for BZA students, right, we do not only want to equip them or train them as the detectives, right, only able to detect the problems, but we want to equip them as the ones who can predict the problems. So with all the AI courses provided, right, then we're able to help to train our graduates, right, to become the ones who can conduct predictive analytics for different business domains. And probably you have another question. For the BZA students, does it mean that their output will just be data report or data dashboard since they are just doing data analysis? I think this is definitely a biased view. Because among all the sampled capstone projects, our students are not only expected to provide insights for the business users, actually they are also required and expected to deliver a full solution for the relevant users. Either could be an application or probably could be a full system. So which means actually our students are equipped with the relevant skills to become the solution provider. Okay? And the third common question is what are the job roles for the BZA graduates? Firstly, a recent study from LinkedIn indicated that in 2026 and in the future, actually there's still a strong demand for the business analytics people. And if we revisit on the World Economic Forum report, we can notice that at least among the 11 fast-growing jobs by 2030, 4 of them are highly relevant for our BZA graduates, such as big data specialists, fintech engineers, data warehousing specialists, and data analysts and scientists. But probably you may still have concerns, right? Then here, I'd like to share with you some real cases to demonstrate the proven career paths from each degree. The first one I'm going to comment is our graduates from BZA programs. You can notice that our graduates are able to secure very good jobs and in very prominent companies. Jordan here currently is working as a forward deployed engineer at OpenAI. And Daniel here, he's currently a software engineer hired by Morgan Stanley. And both of them have been currently featured by NUS News in these two articles. So if you're interested, you can check for these two articles for detail, have a better understanding about their sharings of their study experiences with our BZA program. Okay. Then how about our BAIS degrees? Actually, we also share with you some real cases. Right? You can notice that our students are able to secure very good jobs across industries. Right? Such as AI developer full stack at SAP, such as our Brenda is able to secure engineering project manager at Apple, and we have a student serving product manager at GovTech Singapore. Okay, so I think the job prospects are very promising and very good. Now I'm going to pass my time to Brenda to share with you her study experiences in our degree and her work experiences in industry. And after Brenda's sharing, I'm going to share with you some real salary and employment data dealing with our BZA and BAIS graduates' performances in the markets. Okay. Okay, hello. Hi everyone, my name is Brenda and I'm currently an engineering project manager at Apple. I was previously an AI solution advisor at SAP, which is a global enterprise system company. And I was advising corporates, public sector, customers, corporations, enterprises with identifying and also implementing their AI use cases so that they can realize the business value. I graduated with a double degree in information systems and economics, and I was also part of the NUS College. And throughout my entire undergraduate and also in my full-time career, I've always been in this nice intersection between business and tech. And I find a lot of meaning and joy in being in this field. As you might have heard from Dr. Yang Lu, business AI systems and business analytics, all the core of these two programs is that we are building technology for businesses and also to create business impact. And I think this is a field where there's a lot of value. Let me give you some maybe statistics in terms of scale. This enterprise software space is actually worth hundreds of billions industry, and actually, 86% of all the transactions that happen in the world run through systems like SAP. So things like, let's say, the tapping, when you tap at the public transport, when you pay for your food, banking, make medical appointments, all of these systems transactions run through these enterprise systems. And in this field, you also have heard recently there's also with AI coming into the picture, there has been some kind of evolution as well. So in the past, there was this manual processes that people built to make sure they can run these systems. So for example, things like having spreadsheets, lots of paperwork, there's a lot of human coordination between different departments to make sure all these data is captured. So it's really high touch, there's human processes. Now, there's actually 4 steps in this evolution. So the very first step in the past was manual. Then come automation. So that's where a lot of the tasks that are a little more manual, tedious, repetitive for people to do. For example, checking through Excel files worth 300 lines, uploading it every month at this date. So all of these things can now be automated easily as long as the human defines step by step what are the rules that needs to be executed so the system can execute it. So that is the second stage of evolution when we have these automation softwares and technologies. Now we are in the age where we are doing AI assisted systems. So this is where the systems don't just store the data, but they also give you analysis of the data patterns, give you recommendations, or even aids you in your decision making, be it through chatting through chat assistants or even at the click of a button, you get all these insights and stuff. So this is the third stage where we are currently at. A lot of the companies are trying to move into this AI assisted system space. And slowly, we are also moving into autonomous systems where we have these AI agents that don't just execute what you ask for exactly, but it also self-corrects, self-learn, plans, reasons, and execute without very minimal human intervention. So this is how the enterprise systems have evolved. And in this case, so when these AI systems become smarter and smarter, everyone starts asking this one question: are we getting like replaced? So can I just have a show of hands, like who in this room has this question in mind? Like, are we going to be replaced now that AI has become smarter? Anyone? Okay. Yes, we have quite a lot of us. I think I totally resonate as well. If we are thinking about entering in this field, these are some of the questions that I will really ask. And what are the value adds that we can make in the age where AI is getting so capable? So let me offer you a perspective. Being in the industry for about 4 years and having worked with organizations to realize their AI strategy, building AI strategies, I feel that AI is not replacing us, but it's actually promoting us. So as IT professionals, I think we are getting a promotion in terms of the nature of what we do. So we're taking more strategic roles instead of just manual, like boring kind of tasks. So our role in the age of AI, it's shifting from more operator role to architects and governors. So operators are like task executors. So it could be like a very smart maybe intern, associate that listens to you very well. Whatever you want, you can say, oh, can you do this for me? 1, 2, 3, step 1, 3. It will be able to execute exactly what you ask for. So those are the operator roles where it does solely execution, and these are the roles that can be easily automated. But however, moving on, right, on the other hand, architects are the ones that actually designs these systems, find what are the problems that we need to solve, how do those different systems connect, what should we be building, and how does the system we build help to address business problems and deliver business values. This is where you design how the system should be and what it should be doing. And this is where we can add most value. And this is something that AI cannot replace at all. And especially in this age, it's even becoming more and more valuable. So this is where our roles as architects, it will become in higher demand and also something that will be very valuable. Now, with all of these like AI governance systems, we also need more governors. So we need to make sure that these AI systems are responsible, free of bias, and make sure that the output of AI is something that we can trust and it's not something that is just like hallucinating, right? So making sure the data is trustworthy, the output is trustworthy, and it's actually for the investment that is being put in, is actually delivering business value. So we also need a lot of roles where we govern these AI systems. So as you can see, as the AI wave comes in, the roles that IT professionals do are actually becoming more strategic, and that's where we are offering value. So I want to debunk 3 myths that is commonly heard. So the first myth is AI will replace engineers. So the truth is that AI will replace tasks for sure. Those that people it's too boring or too tedious for people to do, but AI will not replace engineers. But the truth is that engineers who harness and govern AI will replace engineers, those who don't. So AI is very good at generating code, writing lines, but we do still need engineers who are able to review these and make sure whether is this relevant or not. Define like the problems that AI can solve. There's a limit to what AI can do and what AI cannot, when we should be using AI and when we shouldn't be using AI, and how do you deliver all these business value out of these AI systems. We still need engineers to be able to design and drive all of these. So in this aspect, if you have the skills to harness and govern AI, that's where you'll be ahead of the game. Now, the second myth is that coding is no longer important. Like some may say, okay, AI can write codes maybe even better and faster than us. Therefore, you don't need to learn programming. Without programming, you can build apps. It's not important. But the truth is that we still need this is really because AI can generate so much code in such amount of time, right? It can be overwhelming, and we actually need engineers who are very strong in fundamentals and go beyond these fundamentals to vet that the output that is being given by the AI is something that can be actually used and something that actually delivers the goals that we are trying to solve. Right, so this is where I think code logic architecture, understanding of it, and going beyond that is even matters more than ever. The only difference is that how we do things may be a little different. Last time it used to be software engineers would be writing code, like every single line of code, but now you're actually guiding the AI to write. So you need to give clear instructions, good instructions, and also know the system design well. So if we are not familiar or not knowing programming, how can we like manage and govern these AI systems without understanding what they are trying to do? So in that case, it is still very, very highly relevant, and it's not just coding that is relevant. Software engineers need to know more than just code. Now, the third myth is that AI is for big tech. So when we think about AI, I think we will think of companies like OpenAI, Microsoft, Google. But actually, there's a lot of value creation happens outside of big tech as well. So many industries like healthcare, logistics, governments, public sector, utilities, all of these industries, they are still currently very manual and also poorly integrated systems. So there's actually a lot of work that can still be done in that space. And the biggest value creation that happens in industries that we may consider boring but are highly crucial and also will stay for many, many years to come. So this is where I think we should go think more than just big tech and also consider these opportunities. And if you think about these opportunities in these spaces, there's actually endless, and we actually need a lot more people to drive these transformations forward. So that makes the programs like business, AI systems, and business analytics even more powerful and crucial, because we stand at the intersection of tech and business. And we are the bridge between the intelligence systems and business impact. These are some of the skills that I think I find highly valuable as I step outside of school and enter the industry. I've picked up system thinking, where the ability to connect technology, data, and business processes and ensure we are delivering value. Enterprise architecture, not just building standalone softwares, but actually something that connects the entire company and like power it. Data governance, keeping the data clean, safe, and trustworthy so that the output we can maximize, we can trust the output that is given by AI. And lastly and importantly, business value realization, turning technology into business real needs. Because AI alone does not create value. Value creation only happens when we bring intelligence into the systems that power these organizations. So I would like to end off with this one thought. The AI bubble will only burst if we fail to connect intelligence and real economic value. It is no doubt that AI will change the industry, but the people who know the systems are the ones deciding how that happens. And being in the intersection of business and technology, I think that makes us the perfect place to be in, and that gives us the biggest, most important role to shape this industry. So I would like to urge that let's not just watch AI revolution happening, let's be the stewards towards shaping this industry and stewards of the future of technology. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Brenda. Okay, so before I share with you the recent employment data about our graduate performances in market, I'd like to highlight one new initiative established in our department, which is this industry internship and digital transformation leadership. This is a new arrangement. So basically, this program is available for both degrees and emphasizes providing bespoke industry programs featuring curated projects and mentoring from senior industry leaders, which is a very valuable program. You can search more information online. Okay, then let's have the data. Let's have the number, do the talk. So this is based on the MOE Graduate Employment Survey 2025, just released this Thursday. So from the result, we can notice that for all the computing degrees offered in School of Computing, we are the top performers in NUS. And we outperform similar programs offered that are offered at other universities. Okay, you can see the discrepancy and you can see the exact number. And I'd like to highlight the performances for our two degrees offered here, which is BAIS and BZA. You can sense that, right? Both of them, for the graduates there, they're able to secure good jobs with high payment. And for our graduates, they're able to secure higher payment comparing with other similar programs offered at other universities. You can see there is a substantial gap. I hope that this brings you a strong motivation to consider to join us. Okay. So in addition to the mean salary, I can also share with you about the employment rate. How about employment rate? So you can notice that actually for the computing related degrees, right, our employment rate are pretty high and much higher than the computing programs offered by other universities. right? Pretty high numbers. And luckily, for our BAIS and the BZA programs, we are securing a very high employment rate among all the computing degrees. Okay, so everything is from this MOE report. If you're interested, you can even check for more details. Okay. So here, I provide you two QR code for you to scan and to visit our corresponding website to understand more about our corresponding degree programs. And actually, our booth is just nearby at the left side of this venue. When you walk out, turn left, go straight, there will be our booths. And at the booth, we will have faculty members there, we will have our alumni there, and we will also have our current students there. If you have any questions about these two degrees, please chat with them. You will find out more information. And here, we also have Brenda here and Le Xuan here. Le Xuan currently is a fourth-year student studying in our degree, and until now, she's already able to complete full internship at different domains, crossing from robotics to analytics. Right? If you're interested about her study life in our degree, please approach her there. Okay. So do we still have time to take one or two questions? No more? Okay, then we are very looking forward to see you guys at the booth. Okay, thank you guys. Please to consider to join us.